everybody, this is Prowl, and today I'm going to show you how to make a super yet ultra efficient melon and pumpkin farm that you can use for villager trading and whatever other melon and pumpkin needs that you might have. And to do this, the first thing we're going to start with is the collection system, because building this thing from bottom, you kind of build it like a sandwich. Like you get your 2 pieces of bread first, we start with the bottom, we go to the top, and then we fill in all of the stuff in the middle. Bruh. So that being said, let's get our chest down first. We'll have, let's say 2 of them, and then we're going to have hoppers going into those chests, and then 1 hopper facing into this hopper right here. We're actually going to make our minecart like automatic unloader first. So to do that, I'm going to put a block there and there compared to the hopper that is facing into this hopper. We need to read out of that hopper with a comparator so we know whenever there are items inside of that hopper. We need a solid block in front of the comparator. The comparator is going to power this block as long as there are items inside of the hopper. That's going to turn this torch off when that happens. And whenever that torch turns back on, because the hopper minecart is empty, it will then turn on this redstone dust right here, and it will send out the hopper minecart again. Now, how does that look? Well, we're going to have 2 rails right there, and we're going to have our platform right here where the rails then go up. So quick demonstration. Items are in the hopper minecart. Hopper minecart goes down. It stops right here as long as it still has items in it. As those items finish draining out, the second that this hopper is empty, the hopper minecart gets sent on its way. It is the perfect system for unloading hoppers. It is super simple to make, very few blocks, and yeah. Okay, so now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make an 11 by 11 platform out of this. So we're gonna take this out 11 total blocks. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our minecart rails run, and roughly in the middle of every single one, we're going to put down 1 powered rail. Will be more than enough to keep this system going. And we're just very simply going to keep curving this around all the way to the end. And once we get to the end here, we're going to put a powered rail right here and a solid block right there, so the minecart drops back. And we do need to power everything, and we can very easily do that from below. We're just going to throw down a lever that'll power that, and we know this whole row is going to be all levers, so we can just go through and power every one of these. And one more thing, when this cart takes off, we do need to give it a little bit of a boost right here. So we're going to replace that regular rail with a powered rail and power that as well. So as far as our collection system goes, that's it. It's that simple. Now, this is the point that you should be at with your rails. And the next thing we're going to do is take this center point right here. We're going to put a stair down here, and we're just going to kind of mark off this area by surrounding this with dirt. And we do want water right there in that stair, so we're gonna put some water there too. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make another 11 by 11 platform just above this platform right here. You just put a temporary block there, pull a solid block right here, and then go ahead and make yourself another 11 by 11 platform. Now, starting at the corner right here, if you look up, every other block after the corner, you're going to replace with a piston. So that means this guy right here is going to be a piston, and we're going to do every other block in this row with a piston. Now, once we get to this point, now it's going to be every other block in an alternating like checkerboard like fashion. So go through and replace all of your blocks like this with pistons. And what you should end up with is a checkerboard pattern just like this. Next part we're going to do is going to be maybe the most annoying part. And what we're going to do is we're going to start at this corner, like diagonally from the edge. So not the very edge, but diagonally from that. And we're going to pull out 9 blocks, which will take us to the next edge. And you could probably do a couple of rows of this at a time, will be fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to till the farmland under every solid block. So basically you're going to go not under the pistons, but under every solid block, you're going to till every other piece of farmland, again in a checkerboard like pattern. And then as you go, you're going to want to place seeds in alternating rows. So what does that mean? That means this first row right here, we could do all pumpkin seeds. The next row, all melon seeds. And we're going to continue to alternate this as we go. So again, checkerboard pattern. We had melon seeds there. So now we're going to do pumpkin seeds again. Checkerboard pattern, melon seeds, and do that all the way through. And this is what you should end up with, is that checkerboard pattern, every other row being melon seeds or pumpkin seeds. You have to do it this way. If you do not, your melons or pumpkins will grow a lot slower, like literally half the speed. So it's better to alternate between the two, because then you'll get a higher yield. Okay, we only have a couple more parts to go. Find your very center here, knock out that center block. It should be right above your stair block. As you see, there is nothing there. We want to make sure we provide our farmland plenty of light. So what we'll do is we will throw a torch right here. And this next part's going to be very optional for you, and it is how many observers that you use. My recommendation will probably be to run 4. So just knock out, like, go diagonal 2, knock out a block, and then point an observer facing down, and do that in these like 4 corners here. Now, the more observers you add, the more often this farm will fire off all of the pistons. There is a fine balance to it. I wouldn't do too many, but if you wanted to maybe add 4 more, I think it would be fine. Any more than that, you're probably firing your pistons off too often, and it's kind of wasted. So next thing you're gonna do, once you have your 4 observers in, is just put redstone dust on everything up top. Now, once your redstone dust is there, this is what's gonna happen. Every time one of those observers sees the melon or pumpkin stem go through a growth stage at first, or just produce some melon or pumpkin once we get to that point of these things being fully grown, every piston will get activated. So any melons and pumpkins that are here will go bye-bye. And the system will now work. Let's go ahead and let's grab our hopper minecart. This will now continually run until it has something to pick up, and let's close off our farm. So we could do that by just surrounding right here. And while I close this off, you should know that this farm, you can really make it big or as small as you want to. You just need to make sure that you either, if you make it any bigger than this, you'll probably want to do like another full segment where you have like another like stair block down here, and then another 1, 2, 3, and 4 blocks for the water to saturate. So if you want to like use this to say like a module and then add in more modules, you can very easily do that, and they can all be connected together. Okay, there we go. We just added in this little rim on the outside. That way no melons or pumpkins can actually escape the farm. I'm going to increase the random tick speed. That way you guys can actually see this in action. Let's see what happens when we increase it to 50. You can see all the growth stages happening. The observers are noticing that. And now I have it slowed down to still a faster speed, but to where you guys can actually see what's happening. Whenever one of the stems grows a melon or pumpkin that has an observer under it, the whole farm goes off, crushes all of the melons and pumpkins, and this hopper minecart picks them up, brings them over, and it will stay right here until it is empty, and then it will go out again. And that's it. Hopefully this is a super simple melon and pumpkin farm for you. If you like these types of tutorials, do me a couple favors. Make sure you click that like button on this video to show your support and have it spread around to other people. Make sure you drop a comment down below. Let me know, what are you using those melons and pumpkins for? What size of this farm are you going to make? Are you already using a farm like this? Give me all the information. I love to see it. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you subscribe and consider picking up a channel membership to help support the channel and the funding of more awesome tutorials just like this. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.